fence here. Mr. Damon Inns, how are you doing tonight? Oops. I was on TikTok there a bit earlier, but I kept cutting in and out. So I thought I'd try YouTube. I don't, rural internet is not very efficient when it comes to live streaming from the tractor cabs. Just loving life, hanging out with kids. All the good stuff in life. You guys are still hard at it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm only out here tonight. I'm trying to figure out this fucking GPS. Unbelievable. I guess you just said you were hanging out with your kids, so sorry about that. But man, New Holland, they got the worst GPS going. Like, what a pile of junk. I was just at the top of the hill there, and I stopped and recalibrated everything. So this is my first pass back. I only made 2 rounds out here, but the wife had the tracker a few days ago, and she said it was so bad she couldn't even. She was just dry. Like, she just did the outside rounds and stuff. It was so bad she couldn't even use the GPS. So that's never good. Never good at all. We only got like 1 quarter worked, and then this one had some weird, like, I don't know what it is. It almost looked like Timothy growing, but it wasn't Timothy. I've never even stepped foot in a New Holland before. Didn't even know they had their own GPS. Thought they were using Raven. You have more light than us. It's darker here. Yeah, we always get lots of daylight until when, I don't know, around Halloween it's going to start to get real dark. New Holland, they used Trimble for years, and now I don't know if this IntelliView, like, if this junk is like, this is Case uses a similar one, and it's just a real piece of junk. You can't believe that they would make such a piece of garbage. The Trimble series was way better. I think you can still get Trimble series through through New Holland and put it in like whatever equipment you want. But the integrated software and the integrated GPSs in the New Holland equipment, I think, are this IntelliView system, and it is a real piece of work. Like, holy man. So, a few more popped on. What's everyone doing? I want to hear some juicy gossip, some stories. I seen a shooting star last night. Who's on here? Rod English. You have more light than us. It's darker here. Oh, that sounds awful. It is awesome, David. Yeah. I seen a shooting star last night, and I just about had a heart attack. I thought war was like, I thought it was on. I thought we were going at it, because our farm is like a fly zone from Alaska down to the lower 48. There's a lot of transport planes and stuff go over, so there's air traffic all the time, like non-stop. And it was, I don't know, like 11 maybe last night, maybe 2 nights ago, and I seen a big shooting star to the west. I thought it was bombed. I was going for the shelter. So I'm excited about this. This is my first turn since I just upgraded all of this, or recalibrated it, not upgraded it. drove to Sexsmith last weekend before Thanksgiving. I don't know why that they make it cut out, the things. Forgot now how beautiful it was up there. It is nice country up here, that is for sure. Absolutely for sure. Like, look at this. I just did all of this. And I don't know if anyone can see how much it's overlapping. It's overlapping like a whole shank worth of discs. And then when I come back on the other side, I bet you it's gonna miss. And our New Holland dealer is just trash. Like they'll come out and they'll spend hours at it and they won't get it and they'll just send you a bill. So I try to do it myself, but I'm stupid, so I don't understand things. Very good. But it is nice turning the dirt black. Are you doing any fall tillage, Rod? I know Damon isn't because he's in the house with his kids. Rod's feeding cows, probably. So nobody else saw that shooting star and went straight into panic mode? Is it cutting in and out a lot? Anybody that's still on there, or is it just... I was on TikTok earlier. We did zero tillage and the feedlot is empty this winter. Oh, wow. We, I like to try these lives because that big tower right there with the flashing light on it, that's the internet tower. So I could throw a rock and hit it, and I still don't have good service. It's almost unbelievable. We wanted to put down some anhydrous, but it's like $2,800 a ton, I heard. And you can't get it. So, and then another thing too, like we were always told that soil was supposed to be like 4 degrees, 3 degrees. There's like 20 degrees here today. Cools off at night, but still. Hauling straw today and picking up loop at the moment. Oh, getting all sorts of goodies in the loop. That's great. That's great. I heard grain prices are going to take a big, potentially a big dive tomorrow. There's some report coming out, so they figure down the limit for everything. I don't know where calf prices were. They were up last week. Hopefully they keep going up. I mean, I don't want grain to go down either, but the world's so messed up right now. It's unbelievable. Like, unbelievable. I think for the 5 that are on here, if you guys watch our other channel, Smoke and Oak, I know a couple of you do for sure. We're going to do that. I think we're going to do a live this Saturday and talk about conspiracy theories. That one's going to be top shelf. Going to be top shelf. It was split right down the middle if we were going to talk about conspiracy theories or if we were going to talk about getting ready for winter. Record high fuel. Oh, hell yeah. The stream, no kids Saturday night. I'm in. Yeah, it's going to be a good time. Find yourself a good... you got the whiskey glass, didn't you, Damon? Or did you get a coffee cup? Yeah, I remember. Anyways, get a scotch going. Stan picked up... he texted me the other day. He said he bought a... I can't remember what bottle it was, so pretty exciting. And when I went to a scotch tasting last Saturday or Saturday before, there were like 28 different kinds of scotch. I think they only had like 30 on offer, and we made it through 28 of them. It was a good time. It was a real good time. I was surprised there wasn't more people out there, but there wasn't. Oh, I know the other thing. The other thing I did last time was Oh, it says offset 15. Maybe I should turn that to 0. Enter. It's funny, all this autonomous stuff, self-driving this, self-driving that. Like, trackers have kind of been self-driving since about 2006 if you bought a GPS. And from what I understand, like right up to 2022, it still takes like non-stop calibrating and everything to make it work. So I'm not exactly sure how the hell they think we're gonna, like, how do you shut the beeping off? Like, I don't understand that either. They got such a polluted system in here, or a complicated system, sorry. And you can't display, maybe? Operating. Display volume is already at 0. It won't let you turn the volume off. That's real. Now we got to start here and see if we're going to miss. I bet you we're going to miss. We put all my hard work that I did earlier. Holy man, I didn't even miss. Ho, ho, ho. Winner, chicken dinner for this guy. I don't know if anybody else gets that excited, but look at that. It's not missing. Which potentially means that I am a winner. All right, record high fuel. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, hell yeah, live stream. I saw a video of a guy running a cat in the UK, and the cat was somewhere in the US. So jealous. What's Rod jealous of? I saw those too, and I was talking to a guy that worked in a mine, and he was saying the same thing. Like, those really, really big dozers and rock trucks and shit, they they don't even have an operator, and then every single bearing and every single hydraulic cylinder and hose somehow has a sensor on it, right? So they got heat sensors on the bearings, and they got maybe like fluid sensors on the, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. Auto steer. Yeah, auto steer is pretty nice. You got to get yourself one. They got yeah. So, anyways, like the whole thing is totally censored right up, and they just phone they text the mechanics at the mine or email them, and they're like, yeah, you got to change such and such a bearing on such and such a piece of equipment. But could you imagine how awesome that would be? Like, most of us are out here and shit's like just dragging behind you, barely holding on, and you're just give her one more round and whatever else. Pretty fun. Rod, you got to get yourself an auto steer then. You got to pick one up at an auction sale. That's the cheapest. Get a Trimble 250, and I'll come down and set it up for you. That is the best. That is the best unit. Like, it's so simple to use and straight as an arrow. Although I'm pretty excited about this. Like, I might even, I don't even know. Might even throw myself a bit of a party tonight. Have a scotch or something. My family sucks. They all go to bed too early, so there's no one to hang out with. That's what happens when your kids are 4 and 5 and your wife is got her own things going on. Starting to get dark. Well, it is not starting to get dark. I just lied. Was told those trucks drop like flies in the cold. What trucks? What trucks are you talking about? Trucks. You're making up your own story. We weren't even talking about trucks. Unless you're talking about those big rock trucks. TikTok's way better. They have a feature where Well, maybe that just did it. The live stays up on the phone. Nah, that didn't even do it. See, like, it comes up for a second and then it goes away. How dumb. How dumb is that? It's dumb. I'm gonna have to call the people that made whatever this is, YouTube. So, but that was a heck of a win for me, getting this thing to not miss. So frustrating when it misses. You spend like up $10,000. I'm terrible with technology. I don't have. You don't have the TikTok? I didn't either. If you guys do get it though, Stan, the gentleman farmer, he, yes, the ones that talk to mechanics. Oh yeah. Stan made a TikTok yesterday. It has like 700,000 views right now. Nuts. Totally nuts. I guess that's what's called going viral. I'm so, what's the word? I'm so intrigued, I guess, and interested in the fact that all of this really lowbrow humor, low-hanging fruit on these social media platforms like TikTok and stuff, they get like, millions and millions and millions of views. And then you'll go on and you'll watch somebody who's like actually talking about, healthcare or politics, and not talking about politics like divisively. He's actually like talking about it, and those they get like a view or like 50 views. It the more I look at society as a whole and what people are really drawn to, I cannot stop thinking about that movie Idiocracy. I really can't. Like, that was what Stan and I had done. We did a whole live on that. I don't think he had seen it until I told him. I was like, man, you got to watch this movie. And then he agreed too. Like, it's just this mindless. And don't get me wrong, I like to scroll through TikTok too. And but it is shocking how the majority of the population just wants to, say dick and fart jokes and like nothing serious about anything. It's truly amazing. This even didn't miss on the other way. Well, even Chad's on there. We're headed there faster every day. Yeah, well, I know it's amazing. Well, a few. Like, I talk to Rod too every once in a while on the old phone there. We always end up segueing back to that same. How dumb are we all getting? But it's pretty entertaining, I guess. Just got in from unloading cabs. You're doing a bunch of buying, were you, Chad? I thought prices were up. Cowboys should be selling the herd and going to Phoenix for the winter. That's what you got to do. I've been trying to get this piece of shit GPS to work. Don't ever get the IntelliView system. I even asked them like 3 years ago what it would take to take the IntelliView system out of here. Then I could just put a Trimble system in. And they, we got it's thousands, like $10,000. So, well, all right, well, forget that. We'll just make it work, I guess. Yuppers, down to Clyde. Gotta feed this grain. Dad goes to Phoenix. Oh, yeah. We just gotta do the work. It's supposed to be a big day tomorrow for grain. They're talking down the limit on everything for the next few days. And then, obviously, there's the contrarians that are saying, yeah, well, lock the grain bin doors because she's going to be... Chad won't even come down to the meeting, Rod. He's a lost cause. He's a busy guy. He's not a molasses guy. Rod's a molasses guy too, Chad. No, Chad. You should pick up Jeremy and on the way by and come to the meeting. That's what you gotta do. They dropped off a bit from their high. Interesting. I thought about it, but might buy another load. Yeah, well, you could save your money by not buying another load and then coming to the meeting. That would save you a tremendous amount of money. But yeah, you got to do what you got to do. We'll probably put it on YouTube anyways, so you won't miss out. I put it on YouTube last year, and it was just shitty because I was, it's not that I'm any smarter, but I was stupid then. And I put the camera right beside the projector, and the fan from the projector is all you hear. It's just brutal. That being said, like 300 people watched it, I guess, so too sad. What is chat saying? This shit goes away before I can read it. 700 weights with trading for 260. Very little change. We bought 5 weights. 250. You guys have much left to work. Yeah, I guess, would that say 250 or 60? I guess it doesn't really matter. That isn't the 260. That's still all right though, I guess. I kind of was thinking that by now you'd see $3. Oh man, the moon is coming up. This is my like favorite time of year. Like arguably, I mean, Christmas is the tits, but when you get into this like later fall, oh, the old boy's going home. My dad's been rolling up barbed wire for like 4 hours. What a champ, taking down fences. 70 years old. What a champ. They were $2.90 earlier. Yeah, my dad said that they, but that's for 500 pounders. You need to see $3 for like 800 pounders. That's where it needs to be at, because they already got the price in the store that high. So I was gonna say something to Rod earlier. Oh no, Damon. I only worked 1 quarter. I've been really busy. The orders for feed came in. 4-H is starting up. Everybody's getting their calves, and then I don't know. It's weird, man. Like I'm probably by definition just a dumb fucker, but since I started doing this feed now, like there's just lots of things going on. Like the bullseye supplement guy was here a week or 2 ago, and then there was a big liner come with like all sorts of pallets and shit. So now we're going to be distributing that, and then there's more, lots of stuff to do. So I haven't been able to just get out and get in the tractor because I'm either on the phone or making feed or doing something, and I never thought that I would be doing any. I kind of like just working and TikToking and YouTubing. Not much. So I was on the phone with the guy that we get our. What did I miss here? Maybe by the shit. It's too shaky here. Hold on, I gotta hold it. Maybe by the time these ones leave, could buy another 2 quarters or John Deere tractor. Yeah, well, if they don't keep going up, that's for sure. I was on the phone for a bit this morning talking to the guy that we get our mini bulk bags from, and wherever, like in Vancouver, because they're not made yet. They're getting made, but when we switch to the bullseye supplement, we put more grain in the bag, so now the bags are fuller, and then so I need a bigger dimension bag. There's all this shit that you don't even think about. I guess that's why some managers and stuff get paid the big bucks, because they know all that stuff. But I don't. So by the time I get that done, it's like 11 o'clock in the morning, and then I go make feed till 4 or 5, and then I go have supper. kids go to bed, and then I come out and try to do a little bit of field work. But I don't like burning all of the midnight oil, so I don't always stay out that late. So long story short, I don't get pissed all done. There was a quarter. What are you seeing up there, Chad, for land prices? There was a quarter just out of height, like where I live in that little shitty town. Or I don't live there. I guess I live on the farm, but 600,000 for like 140 acres, and nobody even knows who bought it. We're assuming some investor, but 640 grand for not even a full quarter. Or sorry, 600 grand for 140 acres. I'm pretty sure it's got like 20 acres out for the original homestead, like the original yard. Although as many times as I've said that, I'm just thinking now, maybe I should actually look and see, because maybe the yard was with them. I don't know. Nuts anyways, just nuts. I think you should have a list, as like communist as it sounds, but you should have to be like was selected to own land. 2,500 broke acre, but south of me 3,500. So 2,500, where does that put you at then? 250, and then another 120. So you're like just over 400 then? Is that the math? 400 a quarter? That's crazy. Yeah, I wish you would. You'd have to like have a plan, I guess. More cow area here, a lot more sloughs, muskie here. Yeah, well, it's starting to not matter anymore between the recreational guys that are buying the land. They just kind of pay whatever. But I am a true, firm believer that not everybody should own land. I really believe that. I think there's some people that are just. They should just live in a condo in the city. They don't appreciate it. They don't look after it properly. And that being said, I mean, I could be criticized to absolute shit for being out here disking, because we probably 400 if you could farm the whole thing. Most quarters probably around 3. Oh, okay. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure I could probably be criticized for out here disking, right? That's not a very popular farming practice anymore. Lots of people are going to zero till and stuff like that, direct seeding. But at the end of the day, it's still a farming practice, and there's reasons why we do it. Like we have a couple of weeds that aren't the easiest to control that sparked up here. One being that white cockle. So that has to be dealt with, and then there's that weird grass growing on this quarter. Plus, it's good for fixing ruts and stuff. But I really, and the more I watch things happen with land, the madder I get. I mean, there was 2 quarters of land out here that sold. Then the guy just instantly put 2 more subdivisions off of them. Like that's not good. And I mean, they're not even sold, right? Like, and they'll never sell either. The internet might cool some. Interest might cool some heels. Got a neighbor selling in the spring. Pretty rough stuff. Be interesting what it brings. Selling because he's old, or selling because he in over his head. I'm always curious about that too. I have my doubts that everybody did so well in ag the last couple of years. I know some people did for sure, but there was people leveraged pretty hard. Old. At least you got the years out of it. I was talking to a few guys about it. You know, those really high grain prices that we saw last year, or the year before even. They didn't benefit a lot of people who had already pre-sold their grain. So all the news articles and everything made it sound like everybody was just rolling in the dough, but by the time January, February rolled around, all the grain bins were empty. And that's when the high prices hit. So there wasn't near financial gain as there should have been. Of course, that's mostly everybody's own fault, but I didn't quite get her here. I thought I had her. Still a bit wide one way. Does it cut in and out a bunch on this field, or is it pretty, it's a cow place for sure, or is it pretty consistent? I'm effectively like right underneath of a cell tower, internet tower, so that's why I wanted to try it over here this evening. See if it would work. One investor north of me wants $2.50 a quarter. It's half alkali. It's never sold yet. I would love to see a day when all of those you've cut in and out a little. That's amazing. Rural internet sucks. I would love to see all of these investors get a taste of their own, where they get, like just they manage to somehow use the farmland as a place to hide money, launder money, dodge taxes, all of these things. Fuck, I wish they would just get hammered. Like, the minute that it's found out that you are an investor in farmland, you should be taxed 99%. Right, bang, right there. And I don't care what color the government is. It doesn't matter to me. If it's red or blue or orange or green or purple, they should get 99% of your money if you're investing in farmland, and then making somebody rent it or wanting somebody to rent it. I mean, if you're buying it for yourself and you're going to work the land and you're gonna raise some animals, and then that's whatever. You just pay regular taxes. But if you want to invest, 99%. And then when you actually go to give them your taxes every year, they should punch you in the fucking face. What do we got? I don't disagree. They got hammered in the 80s, Dad said. Interest killed them. Yeah, I hope they get her again. Like, I hope they just get. This GPS sucks. I was reading a couple of guys in the States were writing how the aura right now around everything seems to be very synonymous to what happened in the 80s. Like, we're setting up for this other next big disaster where everybody thinks it's a big win. I don't think that is. I have nudged this thing 45 inches to the left, and I'm still just about missing. I might have to phone New Holland. Of course, I'm quite a bit more partial to ag than anything else, because it's been rough. Like those fourth and fifth and sixth generation farms, like that took a tremendous amount of luck and good management too. But you had to have. We were talking about it this fall. So up here in the Peace Country, this was like one for the record books. The grain was all dry. It was all all top grade, come off in good condition. The harvest was long. We had like 8 weeks. Actually, we've had 2 weeks so far in October, basically, and we had 8 weeks, 8 or 9 good weeks of harvest. That never happened before. If that would have happened consistently since the 40s, this whole country would look a lot different. Like, nobody would have left. I think my grandpa came here in 1927. I mean, it was like brutal. There wasn't even a road. He walked from, I think he walked from Wembley. And then, yeah, you just started grubbing out a living, and it was cold and your crops got snowed under, and on and on and on. What a hard life. To other areas, they get that better weather, they got that better soil. When I worked in Oklahoma, it was shocking to me. Like, those guys, they didn't even care. Like, if the elevator was full, they just didn't combine that day. They didn't like go buy baggers and grain bins and put it on the ground and put bale. They just went home. Oh, combine in a week or so, whatever. I was floored when I saw that. Amazing. And here we've been just fighting and fighting and fighting. So then when you have some investor jerk off come in and be like, oh yeah, look, it's good here right now. Better buy up all the land that they didn't break or that they didn't do anything for. I don't really think that's very fair. If you want to invest, go down in New York City, buy an apartment building. I don't think they should actually be doing that either, but go buy an office building, I guess. BSC. My thing says it's cutting in and out a whole bunch. I don't know if that's actually happening or not. I'm assuming if it tells me it is, it probably is. Yeah, I know the BSC, that was definitely something nobody wanted. So I wish I knew a way to make the comments stay up. Evening, guys. Oh, North Sask guys here. How you doing? Oh, there we go. All things are visible. North Sask guy is another guy that must be, all the farming must be done around there. But they didn't even stay there either. Not bad. Just got in from disking too. Oh, interesting. I kind of just started. I came out here to Sage Crockett. How you doing? Top chat, some messages. Maybe I'll click that button. I'm trying to figure out how to make the chat stay on my phone. They pop up and then they disappear. Not quite. Some guys have canola yet. Almost done though. That's amazing. I think everybody here is done except for me. I got my 7 acres of sunflowers. Today, just actually on this same quarter down in the low spot, I swathed that 5 acres of oats that I had seeded in like June. I seeded hay and then or I seeded it to grass, I guess. So I put oats just because, and didn't really think they'd make it, but with the long fall, I thought it had a chance. But we're supposed to get snow now. There's snow in the 14 days, so instead of letting it get snowed under, I called the neighbor and he's gonna come over and bale it. There's only gonna be a couple bales there, so better him get it than get snowed under and be laying there in the spring. We wanted to put on some anhydrous, but I don't know for sure, but I heard anhydrous up here is $2,800 a ton, and you actually can't even get it. So the independent dealer that we get it from, he late here though, Southern Ontario, late and dark. I bet it's probably been dark there for a couple hours already. Why fall till? Don't want the roots to serve as a cover? No, I don't, because the roots on this particular field are some sort of weird grass that I don't even know what it is. So I was either going to spray it or work it. But no, I don't want the... It was actually quite clean. Like, if you look out there, there's very little. The odd thistle patch, but I had sprayed this with Montrell, so they're all dead. And then mostly it's good. The real reason behind fall tillage is, well, we own a disc, so we may as well pull it around a little bit, burn some fuel if this fuel's cheap. And then I wanted to anhydrous a little bit, but We can't get it. We can't even get it. Seeing guys we're putting down anhydrous at Westlock. Lots of tillage down there too. Oh yeah, working is way better than spraying. Yeah, we try. Well, we do whatever. I sprayed like 700 acres this fall as well. But it's been a weird fall. Like it's even so the one quarter that I sprayed, it's like green again. Who would have thought all of our vegetation would keep growing in October? Like normally this shit freezes in August, and it's still just a given her. Quite something, really. One thing I gotta do too is I gotta read the book on this. We don't fall till here. Interesting. We I don't think I could be wrong, but I don't think you guys have quite the same acreage to cover either too. Like aren't your fields all smaller there in Southern Ontario? Like a lot of guys up here they'll do some fall tillage just because there's just no possible way they could get to everything in the spring. So, I mean, we're not that big. I mean, we only have 2,500 acres, so we can mostly quite easily handle what we have. But still, I mean, it does take some of the pressure off. Like this will open it up that if granular fertilizer is way cheaper in the spring, then I'll just direct seed right into this. I won't even harrow it or nothing. I'll just this disc does a really nice job. I like Landol, Sunflower. They're basically the same. I like their discs. They're take control. Set the current. Let me get back on the horn here. All right. We don't have your size. Fields 100 is big here. Yep, dries up quicker in the spring if you do tillage. Usually never have moisture problems up here with spring moisture where we get 3 to 4 feet of snow every winter. Yeah, I was doing actually just kitty corner to this quarter. I was working that the other night, and it's funny, like guys come on right away. And have you ever thought about getting a Pro Till? Every day, every auction sale catalog. And then every time I see one sell for $199,000, I just pull my disc a little faster. So I have a Pro Till, but it's blue and it's a Landol disc. But I pull it at 6 miles an hour, so then it's kind of like the same thing. No, that would be amazing to get. I want to get one of those versatile Furies. That would be top shelf. Yeah, everybody knows that. Yeah, of course we want all these things, but where does it end? I mean, I would, whatever. It's just a couple more hours in the tractor has saved myself the $100,000. 190 grand, that's nuts. Oh, I bet you they are. I don't even know. I'm sure they are. And does anybody in here actually know what a Degelman Pro Till, say like a 30-foot Pro Till, is worth? I bet you couldn't even get one for under $200,000 right now. I'm sure somebody in here somebody knows somebody that bought one. Of course, there's always that guy. But I wouldn't be. Yeah, it wouldn't shock me if they were over 200 now. I'm sure they were 190 a year or two ago. Geez, even this disc, we bought this disc I think we paid $78,000 for this disc in 2000 and no idea. Too scared to find out. Jeremy's in there. Jeremy, I'm trying to convince Chad to pick you up and come down to that molasses meeting. He's not biting though. He can pick you up on the way by. Yeah, I know the North Sask guy. I hear you, man. I don't even. It's funny because I used to really look forward to looking at the auction sale catalog, but everything is so ridiculously out to lunch. We're trying to. We're at a weird spot. Eh? My parents are a bit older, and I know my mom's. She's got bad knees, got arthritis, pretty bad. Going in for surgery on her hand. So she was saying just yesterday how she's not going to be you're not going to be as helpful next year. And she is. She loves combining and swathing and everything. So we're kind of thinking might be time to get a different combine, right? Like one big one and then keep one in the shed. So if the big one breaks down or if somebody wants to use it, we can. But it's so discouraging. Everything is like, you know, like realistically, it would be nice to say get something, let's say 2015 or newer. But fuck, they're like 400 grand, 500, 600 grand. And if you get to like, heaven forbid you get to 2020, then they're like 7, 8, 900 all day long. And then you find out you don't even get a header. Like so then, okay, well, I mean, we have a 2003. Well, what's a 2010 or 12 worth? 209,000, 215,000. Right? I mean, I guess, you know, that isn't the end of the world if you're an established farm already and you've had some decent crops and stuff, but it still is a lot of money, right? I mean, it would be nice if some of the money would stick for once. I got to catch up on some of these. Just priced a stripped down John Deere 155 loader tractor for $265,000. Now a guy vomits when cruising through the auction magazine. Degeman sell for $220,000 plus. Good evening, Robin, from neighbor to the south in Good Fair. Matthew Smith in Good Fair. Well, good evening. I don't. Thanks for hopping in. I'm looking for a different four-wheel drive tractor. Good Lord, they want enough for that shit too. Yeah, absolutely. And don't buy one of these pieces of shit because, or if you do, don't get the one with this tiny little IntelliView screen because it is a total piece of junk. Like total piece of junk. You need to get buy like a TJ pre-emissions, like a TJ 4, what do they call them? 480 or something? Get one of those. Those are sweet and bulletproof. Well, what does North Sass guy say? Used stuff is getting harder and harder to find too. A lot less advertised for sale. Yeah, that's the whole thing. Like, I don't know. I gotta look. I gotta maybe get serious about looking for a combine, but I don't know. It's just you need lots of stuff when the old help wears out. We need a tandem because my wife is getting pretty annoyed at going to town for fertilizer. She only gets like 6 tons in her tandem because it's a gas job, but there's something wrong with the carb. It doesn't open up. Jeremy probably knows. I think I need jets. I heard you need like one size bigger for every 1,500 feet of elevation. Because it never was like this. It doesn't. Jesus Christ, that's rocky. Holy man. So it doesn't open up. So you're just like, yeah, you can almost walk beside it. Just pull the throttle out, walk it, and then get out and walk beside it and have a smoke. It's kind of funny when you're not the one driving it, but let's this thing beat off of the rocks. I'm thinking just going to an 895 Versatile, not much different than I have, but way less hours. Yeah, them Versatiles are pretty solid tractors from what I hear. But I think the TJs are actually quite reasonable as far as price goes. I have one, Jeremy. It's great on fuel. Interesting. You could have bought that 2670 or whatever it was at the sale. Those were kind of cool tractors. They had like that weird 6 cylinders, like 2 and 2 and 2. We changed ours to an Edelbrock. That's what I should do, Jeremy, actually. Remember when you said, when I was fixing that 430 case, that I should have called you, and I said I'll wait for something more important? Haha! GMC tandem truck. You gotta find me a carb and figure out why this thing has no power. We put a new intake manifold on it because it was cracked, so we knew that wasn't good. But the engine was rebuilt, and since they rebuilt it, it just never... It's hard, like we can't get it timed properly, and I don't know why. We've done new plugs, we've done new new carburetor, new plugs, new wires, new. I think the distributor was even new. And yeah, it just, it fires up, sounds good, runs good, and everything. It just has no power, like no power at all. We got auction newspaper. Oh, here, what did I miss here? But I will check that out. I'll see, because I bought a Holly carb for it. Maybe I should have got a different one. We got auction newspapers mailed to us. Prices don't justify the returns. One thing about Versatile, you don't have to be rocket science to work on it. For sure, shit. That's why I bought one. Failed rocket science at school. I did a rebuild from parts and they didn't set the timing chain right. See, I wonder if that's probably like that. I never. That's gonna be our winter project. We got a few winter projects to do. I got my that 1955 cockshut is in there. I actually just ordered paint for it, like original cockshut red paint. So that's gonna get painted, and because that was the one that had an electrical fire. Of all the shit that we own. Yeah, our 1955 cockshut, that's wiring harness consists of 6 wires caught on fire. Like, just fucking unbelievable. Of all of the shit that we got. That 9750, the one wiring harness, I'm sure it has like 56 wires in it, and a few of them were rubbed through. It never even got hot. Pat's Auto. I'll have to check it out. Was that tractor pull on Sunday? The John Deere pulled. Oh, was at a tractor pull on Sunday. The John Deere pulled out of the park. I've watched a few of them tractor pulls on the internet, and they always have Oliver tractors. And I was trying to do some research, and what do they put in them? Like they have to obviously upgrade the transmission and the engine to give them like the ability to shift it like that when they're doing those big pulls. Because that's what I should do with my 1955 cockshut. It's just such a cool tractor. I wouldn't want to wreck it. And from what I see with some of those tractor pulls, there's not much left under the hood for some of those guys at the end of the day. Sometimes they're laying on the track beside them. I don't have time for that anyways. Aviation fuel. Oh, probably, yeah. I don't know. I'm sure it's not on no purple diesel. But it'd be cool. I don't even have time to go to look at those shows, let alone have something entered in one of them. But gonna have to get out and do a little bit more of that. A little bit more entertaining, a little less working. Now you got me thinking though about that timing chain. I'm gonna have to look at that because it's kind of a cool tandem. I gotta find a truck box for it. That's what I gotta find. I had one saved on Kijiji down south. It was like $9,000 or something. It's an aluminum one too, but not much. Purple diesel, probably the same price as aviation fuel. I don't even know. Like, are you guys like serious? Did it go way up? Because we were pretty low here for a while. Like, I think $1.40 or something. Which, I mean, I don't know. It's like that's not the end of the world. I mean. Yeah, it sucks that it costs anything, but wheat's $12 too, so don't get to keep it all. Please don't miss. You gonna say anybody tie into that? What would I say? Jump 40 cents. What do we got here? I missed some more here. Yeah, guy needs to take time to relax. There's always something to do. Just gotta ignore it sometimes. Jump 40 cents. Jumped like a bastard. I seen $1.92 at the pumps. Some clear diesel today. Decent lighting on your rig. You operating. Yeah, this I didn't even turn them. Or no, they all are. I don't know. This has the upgrade lighting. We didn't even know that when we bought it. Where's the normal lights? I think that's normal lights. So pretty shitty. But then there's like an extra boom. That's more back here, I guess. Yeah. And then there's even another notch. Where do those ones go? Oh, those ones go over there. And then there's a whole nother button, and then it does those ones. So there's like fucking 5 light buttons in here. You gotta haul a load of oats to Dawson for Monday, $1,100. Oh, sorry, somebody was gonna charge you $1,100 to haul a load of oats to Dawson? Is that what you just said, Jeremy? When I hauled to the guys, I charged them $8 a ton for basically 45-kilometer round trip. Or sorry, one way. So 90 kilometer round trip, and that included loading time. I can't imagine Dawson being all that much farther, is it, Jeremy? It's probably a little further, I guess. But decent enough road and everything, like it's not a trick. That's crazy. Maybe I should fire up the old Super Bees again and get back into the hauling business. I hated that. I hated it. $26 a ton? $26 a ton. Oh, holy man. It's funny, I was talking to a cattle hauler the other day and he was like, yeah, actually, rates are pretty good going down south. And I didn't know what he meant by that, but he just said they were pretty good. With $26 a ton, fuck, I made $300 a load. I hauled like 3 loads a day. That's amazing. North Sask guy, I topped the bulk tanks off in September. Have enough for next spring, and I'm working out of a slip tank to finish up now. Figured the price might shoot up again with what's going on in Ukraine. You can work all night with those lights. Who needs to sleep? Well, that's exactly it, right? Used to get calves hauled here from Dawson for that a couple of years ago. $26 hour and 10 minutes. Yes, Dawson City, Jeremy. Dawson Creek. That's crazy, man. That I don't think that can be right. Like who quoted you that? Like a local guy or Triple G or what? That doesn't seem right. Fuck, I could probably do that from here for that. I could probably drive to your place, load, go to Dawson, and come back. Yeah, that don't seem right. I think my father-in-law, he's getting a load shipped down. That's another thing I don't understand why you guys do this, like cowboys. Mind you, grain people. Oh, Goshawk, that's a big farm. Yeah, okay. I don't know. Maybe they don't even want to do it. I don't know. That just seems like a lot. But back to Jeremy's thing, like, you know, like my father-in-law, he's hauling his cows down south to sell them, and then they're going to haul them all the way down there, and then Jeremy's going to buy them, and then haul them all the way back. $2,000 was worth it for the trucker. I don't understand much about calves and cows though, so I don't know what the. I know they get better price when they send them south, so than when they keep them here. That's amazing though, $1,100. I could make you could make 3 trips a day. You can make $3,300 a day. What do you need for fuel? You probably would need like a quarter of a tank. Oh, yeah, I don't know. Quarter of a tank, half a tank maybe, depending on lineups and things. What does it cost to fill up a Kenworth? 600 liters, $1,200. So a third in fuel. Maybe that's what they're running on. A third of its fuel, a third of its maintenance, and then a third of it's for the driver. That could be what they're doing. I don't know. Maybe that is fair nowadays. It's crazy how that got away from everybody though. Now we're paying $1,100 total. No wonder oats need to, well, and oats, they're not even that great of a price right now, I don't think. What did you get, Jeremy? You probably sold them last winter for $10 for the fall. You're probably smarter than me. I didn't sell any. Just beating the shit out of that disc. This is a bit of a rocky land. That was a good chat too there with old man Jeremy. He's kind of gives her too, eh, or what? Like just notes given there, like just work. I like those old boys like that. Get a kick out of that. All right, $7. $7. What a guy. $7. What do we got? 2,000 was worth it for the trucker. I can't haul them for 2,000. And I've got a cattle pot. Chad's 5 hours from the auction mart. Yeah, Mr. Sage, she's not all of Canada is like Southern Ontario where everything's a stone's throw away. Alberta's a big old. Dad goes, no rest, phones me every morning to make sure I'm going. I kind of I got that impression, like those guys, they good on them though, keeps them young. That's no denying that, keeps them young. We think 2 hours is crazy. Yeah, yeah. I know my dad's cousins come over from Germany, and they not that Germany is the same as Ontario, but it's just more of a city thing. They were like, how far is it to Edmonton? And my mom said, 5 hours. And they said, no, like how many kilometers is it? She said, it's 5 hours. Like nobody measures in kilometers here. Well, what about traffic? She said, you won't get stuck in traffic in Alberta. It's 5 hours away. We used to haul lambs to Toronto 44 hours nonstop. Phone rings 7:30 every day. 44 hours nonstop. That's nuts. Nuts! With a load of lambs. Load of lambs. Crazy. Crazy. I gotta find the book for this tractor and read up on the GPS. I hauled a load of sand out of Redwater. That was like 11-hour round trip. Did that 5 times. Don't ever plan to do that again. I don't understand how people. I gotta hand it to truck drivers. I just don't understand how anyone can do that. Like what a friggin' job. Nobody is courteous to you, like on the road when they're driving. We go to Guelph in 45 minutes. That's crazy. What's it like where you're at, Sage? Are you out in in rural Ontario, or is it kind of like a big city too that you live in? Or I think you guys call them, I don't even know what you call them. Like my big city is 60,000 people. I have a lot of family in the Guelph, Stratford areas. I got some friends that come from Ontario, and they were explaining how it is down that way. Like a bunch of little, I guess maybe they call them towns, but they're actually cities. We're near Waterford, all small towns here. But Guelph actually is close. Small towns of what? That always fascinates me. Some people think a small town is like 250,000 people. A big town here is like 17,000. I hear you, North Sask guy. Fuck, I go to Hythe. It's 8 minutes away, and I've had enough for the day. I don't even want to drive back. I just want to go stay at my parents' house. Head back in the morning. I hate it. Chad, I know a few families that came from Ontario. 2,000-3,000. That's oh yeah, okay, that's not too bad then. That's a civilized thing. I went and seen Jeremy like 2 weeks ago. That was my big outing. I had to go up to the auction yard and pick up my winnings. Just drove 9 hours today and sat at the sale for 2 hours. Home by 3:30 this afternoon. Hey, are you northwest of Grand Prairie? Yeah, I am definitely northwest of Grand Prairie. For sure. That's crazy. Oh, yes, you gotta, if you want to be there to buy them, you gotta go, I guess. Acreage is really expensive here with city folks buying up small acreage. Yeah, I know. There's one sold here, 10 acres, right across the road from my home yard. Kind of pissed me off, but whatever. I'll be neighborly about it. Kind of picked that up over the vids. Yeah, we're up about 45 minutes northwest of Grand Prairie. But yeah, it sold for 75,000, I think, for 10 acres. 10 acres of nothing. No power, no like power and gas right at the highway, but nothing into the property. I shook my head, but I guess whatever. I mean, everybody wants to get a piece of land, so I mean, you can't really knock them for it. That's another thing that I'm not really sold on. Might be okay where you're from, Sage, to acreage everything up and give because you got a lot more population. But I think if you're looking to get some land up where I live, you should be able to get the whole quarter. Like you should, and that's where I was earlier when I was saying I don't think everybody should own land. If you go to the government and you have a plan and you're like, yeah, I want to move out of the city. This is what I want to do. I want to look after something. And you make a plan, you should get the whole quarter. You should, or I mean, at least 80 acres or something. I really don't think acreages should exist up where I live. All right. What did I miss here? Acreage really expensive. Okay, thought so. Chad is dedicated. 75,000 doesn't get you an acre here. That just blows my mind. Kind of hard on the pedal today. Used to do a lot of work up there when I was in construction. Lived in Edmonton. Interesting. Sage. Sure is. Construction in Edmonton, eh? Interesting. We're making a big trip to the city next week after our molasses meeting. We're going to the city. Used to gather lambs all over Alberta, northern BC years ago. Wore out diesel pickups. Chad's just a livestock titan, eh? Just here and there and everywhere. Chad knows machines too. Yeah, you need to know. You need to know a lot of things if you want to make your life easier. Found out the best place to eat in Dawson Creek was the Hospital Cafe when we were working on that addition there. Old Ukrainian ladies cooked up some awesome meals there. I believe that. Definitely there's some unconventional places that have pretty good food. I gotta say, Dawson Creek is actually kind of like it's funny, the people that live there, and when you see them on TikTok and YouTube and shit, they're always criticizing the shit out of their, like, where they live. But Dawson's got quite a bit going on. I mean, anything to make big bucks. Dad is almost 68, still gets to Arizona in a couple days. Yeah, you gotta fix everything you can yourself or you're out. Yeah, you need, you definitely need to have some mechanical aptitude, or certainly someone to call and ask some questions to if you don't. I know, even our local John Deere, when we lost the engine in our combine, we phoned them, and it was like 22 grand, I think, to rebuild it, and that was just to rebuild it. So labor taking it out, putting it in, and everything was on top of that. And I said, well, don't worry about that. I said, I'll just bring it into you. And they were kind of shocked. They're like, well, what do you mean? I said, well, one cylinder come apart, so I drove it into the shed. It's in the shed. It was starting to snow. So we took the engine out, pulled the combine backwards, used our bin crane, actually took the engine out, put it on a stand, took it into John Deere, had them rebuild it, and they're like, oh yeah, all it's done, do you want us to bring it out and put it in? And I was like, no, I took it out, I can put it in. They were actually pretty shocked, because apparently not a lot of people do that anymore. They just but farmers are getting old too, right? Who wants to tackle that kind of a job? So, because he asked me after too, he's like, well, why didn't you just rebuild it yourself? And I said, well, fuck, like, we were still trying to combine, man. Like, I'm not going to give you $25,000 worth of labor just to take it out. That's the easy part. But you can do it in your nice clean shop. You can rebuild it, and then I'll put it back in. All right, what are we missing here now? I made good friend from Saskatchewan years ago. He worked on elevators here. He still calls when he's working on his pickup. Yeah, there's a couple good guys over here, Jeremy. Nothing wrong with the stubble stompers next door. Yeah, no, that is true. Everybody, all in all, most people are fairly decent. Shit. You definitely meet some extra people once you start putting it out there on social media, though. Holy shit. I talk to people all over now. Everybody's nice. I had people from like New York State order chicken feed. And I was like, well, how much chicken feed do you want? Well, like 50-pound bags. Well, how many? Like 2. It's like, well, I don't know if that's really feasible, but if you know a neighbor, just go ask them. They'll probably sell you some corn. Does anybody know what time it is? I don't know if I actually set this. My clock says 8:44. And anybody that's in the same time zone as me would be more helpful than someone just being like, oh, it's 12:30 in Ontario. That's crazy. Cheaper to steal a chicken. Yeah, it was. It was, and I talk to those people now every once in a while, and they were just like, they lived on an acreage in New York State. But I was like, have you guys never tried to shop local, like just buy farm direct? Well, no. I was like, well, and then, hey, yeah, we got into a long thing of how they even got my number. Because that was the other funny thing. I was like, well, I'm in Canada. Oh, well, we're not that far from Canada, they said. You know, we're only like, whatever, I don't know how far upstate New York is from Canada. But I was like, well, no, that's fair enough. You're not that far from Canada. However, when you get to Canada, you now have to drive 50 hours to get to my house. It's, so it is 8:47, so I did set this right. Cheaper to steal a chicken. 10:46 here, only 2 hours behind. Dog sledded over there. Yeah, well, I think once she found out that it was probably a little further than and was worth it. It was actually interesting too. She was like, well, would you mind telling me your secret recipe? I said, there's really not secret about it. It's written on every bag. Oh, really? So, people are funny. Anyways, nice people though. I think they actually did go for a drive and go to a farmer's yard and asked to buy some grains. I actually got some calls from Fort St. John today too, because apparently like bagged feed is like $700, $800, $900 a ton now. We do quite a bit with 4-H clubs. For that reason alone, like people are just tired of getting her. I don't know. I don't ever phone and price check. This is what I was told from the guy at Fort St. John today. It's like $700-800 for a ton of grain. Do you use lots of supplements, Chad? Or Jeremy, I guess? You guys should check out that Bullseye Feed guy if you didn't do that yet. He's got some very reasonable stuff going on there. Yeah, well, I don't know if anybody watched that Weaver's auction sale that was selling up, I think it was up your way, Chad. There was a bag of oats that was already at $450, and I don't even think they had $22 for a 50-pound bag of ground barley. See, yeah, I was selling mine for $15. And that's only because because I actually have to bag the shit by hand. I don't have a machine. I got a 4-year-old. He's pretty up down, but he's not as helpful as you may think. Mostly trace mineral salt with vitamin A, D. Oh, I should have just sent. There was some guy from High Level just come down and got 6 pallets. Because the Bullseye people, they'll ship it up here now, and then you can just pick it up. But I know I switched from getting High Pro supplement, and I got the Bullseye stuff now because it was cheaper by like the bag wasn't cheaper, but you could mix it into more grain. So you guys should check. Have you guys heard of that Bullseye thing? Apparently they advertise all over the place. I think they're out of Barhead or something. They're kind of a new thing, I guess. But they I don't know. I should shoot you guys his card if you haven't already heard of him. Might be able to save you some money. Money saving's good. Never heard of them? Give me a call when you're not busy. Who? You want me to give you a call? Fuck, I wouldn't be able to tell you nothing, but I'll call you anyways. But you gotta call Doug, the Bullseye guy. He just stopped in here like 3 weeks ago. Just drove in the yard, never met him. I never even heard of Bullseye. He's like, oh yeah, I was up in the area, and he does a lot of work with a lot of purebred producers and stuff. So it sounds like kind of it's like more of a one-on-one thing where they test your feed and everything for you, and then they might even make you the supplement that you need, and then go from there, or the whatever mineral or whatever. It's pretty cool, anyways. So. I will definitely text you fellas his card, and then, oh man. Give me a call when you're okay. Shoot me a text with this card. How many more rounds? How many more rounds? Oh man, I don't even know. This thing says I'm on round 7, which I'm sure that's not possible. I got a ways to go. Like a ways. What would be in a... How many more? So yeah, there's whatever... There's a few. There's probably like, I don't know, 30 more rounds. Local lady, I grind wheat for her chickens. Shoot me a text with this card. $50 a bag for chicken feed is good for the seller, not so good for the buyer. Yeah, that's even our chicken feed got, like, we were selling it for $17.50 a bag, and I guess that's what we still sell it for, and I don't know, it just seemed like it was a lot. But honestly, when you sit down and you do the math, now that was based on last winter's prices, because I only adjust, well, this year I had to adjust my price like 5 times as the prices skyrocketed, but I try to only do it like once or twice a season. So I was actually going to wait till tomorrow now and see what that big report's coming out, because wheat was down and now it's back to like $12.50. So barley was down, it's back to friggin' $7-8. Canola was down, it's back to $19. So I don't know if 17 is decent both ways. Yeah, well, it was interesting. There was a couple of like bigger retail stores that were interested in carrying our feed, and they were like, okay, well, put us together a price for if, you know, and I was like, all right, $17.50. Like it is what it is. That's what it's worth. I don't $7.50. You're already marketing grain, eh, Jeremy? That's good for you. I'm too lazy and stupid to do that. I just like, it's in the bin and it's all good, and I don't know. Maybe I don't have the time. I don't know. I don't even look now till maybe December. I'll watch tomorrow and see what the prices do on the, well, whatever report is coming tomorrow, but then I won't even pay attention again. Probably till the new year. Time to go round up some grub. All right, North Sask guy. Catch you on the next one. Maybe if you're around on Saturday, we're going to do one on Smoking Oak. We're going to talk about conspiracy theories. It's going to be a good time. Goes for everybody in here, all 10 of you. If you're not, I think most of you probably already know about Smoking Oak. But if you don't, that's a good time. I don't care who you are. Or we usually go for like 2 hours, 3 hours, sometimes lives, smoke cigar, grab a whiskey, have a good chat. It's a fun time. I think they start at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock, yeah. It's on that Smoke and Oak channel, though. It's not on this channel. Smoke and Oak. Yeah, I heard that today too, Chad. That the river was too low. Might affect corn prices yet. $20 on some canola. What time? $12.50 on the wheat. Yeah, you're doing good, Jeremy. That's awesome. Good for you. Good for you. I'll have to do. I'll have to do something. I just we'll look for it tonight. Yeah, Stan is he's freaking high class. That guy, I really like Stan. He's a good guy. I don't know how. Yeah, you'll find it anyways. It's got a cool logo, North Sask guy. If you look through, I think if you look through some of my older videos or on my community page on YouTube, you'll find the link there somehow. But holy shit, there's deer right there. Some white-tailed deers. Must be a crater. Well, I think you're wise to do both. I don't know what to say anymore. I think you're wise to peddle some and wise to keep some. I know I was kind of kicking myself last year. I thought I had saved way too much, but I kind of like committed myself really to save it because I need, like, believe it or not, I need so much to go out just in feed that I don't even. Last year I didn't sell any barley into the market. I didn't sell any oats into the market. I sold all the canola and 3/4 of the wheat. All the peas, oats, and barley I kept. Moved off the farm. 2,300 hours here. Got to get up at 6. Thanks for the chat. Yeah, thanks for talk to you and the gentleman on the next one. Yeah, thanks for coming out there, Sage. It's much appreciated when people join in and leave some comments. It's not so dry. Just driving round and round and round in the field, man. They get that rail line sorted out yet, Jeremy? My boy was hauling equipment to it the other night. Took some side-by-sides down. What's that? Is that the rail line that started on fire or something? Is that what you're talking about? I heard that there was a fire. I didn't look into it, though. But yeah, back to the saving grain. By the time we were done, I only had like maybe 2,400 bushels of wheat. I had way too much barley. I had like 15,000 bushels of barley I saved. But that was whatever. And actually, all in all, I'm kind of glad that I did, because all the barley this year made malt. So I don't understand how I start to lose connection at certain times of night. Maybe I've lost her altogether. South of GP. So maybe it is affecting us here then. That's one thing that could definitely use a bit of upgrading is our Great Canadian infrastructure for our trains. What's it saying there? You are still with me. I know I did a TikTok live just before this, but my phone kept ringing and then it kept cutting out really bad. I don't know either if sometimes it's the platform that you're on or what, but the GPS will do that from time to time too. It'll just shoot over to the left or the right. So it cuts in and out too, just like the phone, I guess. Oh, that's the light. Is that what that is? That's the light. Copy that. No grain movement. Interesting. Interesting. Shows how in touch I am. You know, one thing I didn't ever realize is how rough it would be to drive straight across 12-inch drill rows, even in a four-wheel drive tractor. Like it's almost like driving over dead furrows. It's unbelievably rough. Of course, I guess these New Holland tractors are notoriously rough as well, but it's friggin' something else. South of the Wapiti. Well, I had heard something about that, but I didn't pursue it, I guess. I wish I lived like by a major highway where there's always not just the neighbors driving by. Because with the GPS, I would turn all the lights off and then I would just turn my four-way blockers on. See if I could make the news. Well, hopefully they get that all sorted out. That's not what we need. Good grain prices. Try riding a 700 Versatile. I think they're smoother though. We had an 8650 John Deere and we plowed with it, and then we had a 27-foot sunflower disc and we'd work the plowing with that, and I don't ever remember shaking like this. Like it was funny, the year we bought our TJ 380, after like a week in there, my sides, I had like really bad cramps because it was so rough. And my dad was actually quite offended by that. And he was like, isn't, is nothing good enough for you guys? And he kind of carried on like an asshole for a bit. And then he rode around it and he's like, holy man, that is rough. So it's something to do with, I think there was an upgrade you could put like suspension on the cab or shock absorbers, because the cab is independent from the tractor and then the seat is independent from, like, it moves left and right and up and down and back and forth, and so if it's rough at all, you just shake like ugh. And yeah, you actually get cramps. It's also amazing how many sparks you can see under there. I could see how disking when it's really dry isn't the smartest. Well, 9 o'clock, eh? Should the guys shut her down or what? Everybody got work tomorrow? I gotta send Jeremy and I gotta send Chad that guy's card. Duggo. I've gone pretty good. I only had a half a tank when I started. Been at this for like 2 hours. Not too bad. Three-inch water pump. What the hell is this thing? Look at this thing on the highway. You guys can't see it. It's got a wagon. Some alien thing. I wonder what it is. Huh. I wish I was closer to the road. Yet. Yeah, I shouldn't be frozen yet. I think everybody's been lucky there. We had one day we had some frost on the quad seat. That was it. Didn't even get the garden though. What a year for the garden too. The old ladies had like 5 or 6 of those Superstore grocery boxes, like right full of tomatoes. Unbelievable. And they were digging spuds today. I don't think they got them all, but trying to get them. Yeah, it seemed to be a good year in agriculture. No matter what you struck your hand at, you were able to pull something off anyways. I'm curious where that thing on the highway went. I think that was a tractor and another disc. -6 and 7 a couple mornings last week. Wow, really? I haven't had that. Don't want that either. I don't ever want to see -6 again. If it stayed like this forever, perfect. Just have like a kind of a mildish fall/winter season, and then, you know, some nice rains in January and February. No snow, no ice. Do some fall work in March. Have it warm up to like 30 degrees around 1st of April. Some nice showers. Seed some wheat in the 2nd week of April. Never freeze again until next December. Get down to like 0 or 1. Oh, you betcha. You betcha. I told a few of the guys, or people that get feed from me, they're sort of, I don't know, they're pretty concerned about climate change and all of that stuff. And I tell them all, I don't give a shit how many miles of coastline we gotta lose. If I could grow fucking oranges, I'd sign on the dotted line. Everybody else can move. They can move up to the tundra. That's what they say will happen, right? The tundra will become arable again, and then I don't have to move. But if I could have a boat on the ocean that was only to drive to Dawson Creek, yeah, I would be trying to help paint what we do. So yeah, well, your uncle's a smart man, Jeremy. Frankly, that's the better way to live. Is if it just gets better here. Crazy. Well, man's been racking his brain trying to figure out how he broke one of them cushion C shanks there, but I think when he pulls this thing, he pulls it at like 7 miles an hour, so can't take it. Even I'm only going like 4.6. You watch it just shimmy and shake back there when it hits a rocky patch. Who's everybody? It is sure working up nice though. No reason the guy couldn't even see right into that. Yeah, I agree, Jeremy. That's more than enough. More than enough. Get up and go, if you will. And then you burn less fuel, I think. What are you using for power? 52% power. Put this back up here. I only worked 1 quarter fully that night. Did the headland. Oh yeah. Yeah, well, it's funny. I was just talking to my wife at supper tonight, and like we always have such big plans, and the one thing that is kind of frustrating, we did want to do at least some anhydrous, but you can't even get it. So less smoke out of the stack, anyways. Yeah, I guess so. So like I said, like, well, should we just say fuck it? Like, we'll just, if anhydrous is going to be so expensive, I mean, maybe we'll just direct seed everything next year. So maybe there's no point in doing it. So this 1 quarter, I wanted to work the one just kitty corner to this, which we're done, because it had that horsetail in it, and that really hurt the weedy. So we got that worked out of it, I think. And this has some weird, like, I don't even know what it is. It's like native grass or something. But I didn't combine this one. I only got to make a couple rounds, just enough to set the combines. Usually the story of my life, but that's okay. They said where that grass was growing in patches, and it wasn't quackgrass either. It really impacted the barley yield as well. So Dad was giving her for one afternoon fuel, he said, so he dropped a gear. Fertilizer might look cheap this year, the way things are going. Yeah, I don't know. I heard anhydrous was $2,800 a ton. And our local independent guy, he told Corey that they don't even have rice for us until like the 15th of October. They don't have a price, and they don't even think they can get us any. I try every couple of years to work a bunch. Last year was the year. Neighbors are anhydrousing. They booked a bunch at $1,350. Yeah, I don't. We usually do. I don't know how we missed this either. Like, that's just kind of pisses me off, because like we've already booked all our canola seed. We've booked a bunch of our chemical for next year. Like, we always do that, and it just all of a sudden this year we missed the. I guess maybe we never book anhydrous. We never book it for the fall, I guess, is the problem. So we didn't book any, and they're like, yeah, you can't. We can't even give you a price because we don't think we'll be able to even supply you. And then when they did get a new contract or whatever, they think they're going to get some. They still don't know a price. And that all really pisses me off because they make that here. Like, that's just made out of natural gas. I think there's a couple plants in Alberta that make it. So, and if not, there's a big plant in Alaska that makes it. So, what's the delay? Apparently we have a lot of natural gas kicking around here. Not enough pipelines to get it to the coast, or to get it overseas, or to get it where it needs to go. So why don't we make some and put it in the ground so we can eat food next year? I know I heard a couple of guys around here, like even my neighbor, he anhydrous. Of course, he doesn't really have much to do, but he did his whatever. 200 acres or something. I think he's only got like 50 acres right at his house. I know that's done, so he got his wagon and his anhydrous, I guess. I was told today 1,200 a ton for 46 zeros. My thing's cutting in and out like crazy now anyways, isn't it? I just had to click reconnect twice anyways. Might have to get off here myself. Who's all on here yet? Just this says there's 7 other people besides Jeremy. Nobody's adding to the conversation. Just Jeremy and Chad. Who else is out there? Out there watching. Shy individuals don't want to comment. It's crazy how far you can make it in seems like a short amount of time when you're on YouTube or TikTok live. It's like right away you're 2.5 hours deep and you've done like 70 acres. Normally it feels like it's taken all day, and now it just seems like it's been a blink of an eye. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know if it tells you even who's on here. I thought YouTube used to tell you who was on, but I don't know. Doesn't seem to be cutting in and out quite as much as it has other nights. Oh, I just made it down to the wet spot where I got my oats. Oh, you got your water pump going. Well, good for you. Let me see. I think sometimes if you click them, oh, everybody's. See, now that Chad's gone and you don't have anyone to talk to, now everybody's gonna head off. That's okay. It's been like an hour and, I don't know, 113 minutes anyways. Almost 2 hours. shut her down anyways. Oh, I'm watching. I'm watching you. What's she saying, Cole? Well, good to have you on, Bruno. Might be time to shut her down. You got to check out our live streams on Smoke and Oak. Those are a good time too. Yeah, I think it's time to end the live. Get back to trying to figure out why my disc doesn't overlaps one way and not the other. So, all right, everybody, have a good night. Thanks for the chat. Made the night go by a little faster. I started at the bottom of the hill. Now I'm at the top of the hill, so not a whole bunch more to do.